It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Browns and the Dolphins on Sunday night.
Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Cleveland.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Hey! Smash! Silver!
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 8 carries, 89 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Now Lawrence to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Well, the Dolphins head out, led by the NFL's leading passer in 2023, now in his 5th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll run for it with Achane.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep, Nyheim Hines.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. They go play action with Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
Well, the Dolphins offense and Tyreek Hill set to take over once more. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. Here's Achane to start the drive.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Go ahead.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
You look at this Browns defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
In motion, Hill. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Let's go. Roll. Here we go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he is brought down at the 20. After a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The Browns at 14-1 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. And they'll send Waddle in motion left.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. Tua sets up to pass it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
How about the show put up by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
Hines now on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence will throw.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now Lawrence.
This to Hines on the drop-off. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, Lion!
It's a throw again is Lawrence.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20.
Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you're really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Short throw to Smith, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This time they stay on the ground. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, where it was the visiting Chiefs who come in and get the victory on the road. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Keaton Mitchell, a touchdown run in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far. Both of these coaching staffs making their final adjustments for the second half. And in a scoreless game, you figure it's the offensive guys that made the biggest changes to the game plan. For the call, let's go back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
A throw left sideline for us, incomplete.
Well, for incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
And that will be incomplete as well.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And this returnable for Hines.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Hey.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
13,
Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerry Jeudy,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it second down.
All right, fellas, listen up. Ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action, now it's Tua. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Still going. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. It took them a little while, but they are on the board here in this third quarter, and now with a chance to tie this up.
And it gives them a chance to exhale just a little bit, right? Because most of the time, if your first points come in the second half, you're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now they have something to build on and a chance to mount a comeback.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Lawrence to throw. It's caught. Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now hang on here, because following that play, it looks like Amari Cooper is in some distress. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll check this down to Hines. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. But following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, go!
On play action, Lawrence. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. Play action, it's Lawrence. Rolling to his right. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very solid gain of 27.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
York now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Jalen Waddle, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 8. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And Mostert going to pick up a Dolphins first down as he'll get this down to the 41. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
21G.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Ball start, offense.
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's Tua. Short throw to Smith. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And that one too wide and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line.
The Browns offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Lawrence will throw.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Browns strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Looking to pass. Tua. And a coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Dancing to his left.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Throwing Tua. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Here comes second down at 5. Now Tua. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's Tua.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. And they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Browns,
they continue their winning ways as they run their mark to 15-1 on the year.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.